Ah, see? You only need that 10% of the story to be true.
The last thing he said was really scary.
So many unanswered questions about en route. He has to be tied to Asat Pramod somehow. But our leads at the tavern have run their course. Let's go pay a visit to another expert next. Oh, speak of the devil. Only a Cienjo general could have arranged something like this, I suppose.
I'm surprised as well. You've only just left Amphorius, and already you've managed to draw the attention of another Lord Ravager.
Miss Ron May? And Miss Ting Yoon?
We're here by General Yao Guang's request. It seems we arrived just in time. At first, I only came because the Shenzhou extended an invitation, and it seemed impolite to refuse. Now that I'm here, I see it was well worth the trip. So, let me get to the point. Ouroboros has long been dead. Their death was merely buried beneath layers of secrecy.
Hardly surprising. They disappeared after the swarm disaster, and there are many different opinions on where they went. The Intelligentsia Guild claims the Veracity ate their fill and entered hibernation. I don't buy it. Those scholars are fond of post-meal naps themselves, likely just projecting their own habits.
You seem surprisingly calm, which makes sense. After all, the shadow in your right hand is evidence as well. Why don't you tell everyone what happened to the Galaxy Rangers back on Von Walk?
Von Walk?
Sprightly Von Walk. I've heard there's a particular phenomenon that occurs on that rainforest planet. Plants multiply and grow and are then harvested like wild grass. A cycle repeating every few decades. Almost identical to the Phantas Moon games.
But how are the two connected? When you hear plants and growth, shouldn't that make you think of abundance? Huh. Wait.
It seems you figured it out. By coincidence, abundance is another thing the two worlds have in common.
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences, Mr. Ashvale. No. Leader of the Rangers, Mr. La Mancha. Perhaps you could explain this to our nameless friend.
Back on Von Walk, I'd already long since stopped being a ranger. Your conjecture is basically correct, Miss Ron May. You're not the only genius to take life as a subject of study. By the time I arrived, the atavistic experiment was already approaching its final phase. Dr. Primitive had set his sights on an ancient Leviathan. Beneath Von Walk's surface, there also lay the remains of the Veracity.
You stopped him.
The Rangers stopped him. Back then, Mr. N was still human.
Now, deep beneath Ahatopia, another corpse of the Leviathan lies buried. If I'm not mistaken, there are countless other worlds carrying out the same ritual. Aha sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars, suppressed it with abundance, siphoned the power of the Path of Veracity, and called it a game. This is what people call the Phantas Moon games.
Uh-huh. Why would they do such a thing?
You may remember, the Express once delivered a Leviathan's carcass to me. That wasn't the only one in my collection. By arranging remains from different eras in sequence, I discovered something rather intriguing. At a certain moment over 1,000 Amber eras ago, just as Akivili began traveling in pursuit of their ideal, all creations of the Veracity lost the same organ, their taste buds.
What does that imply?
The purpose of consumption changed. Be they spawns, depth crawlers, or void-song whales, their genetic markers encoding gustatory organs vanished entirely. Creatures walking the path of veracity became nothing more than biological black holes, consuming without discrimination. This was not natural evolution. Through the simulated universe, I identified the point of divergence in history. A concept had disappeared from the path of veracity. Consider this. What do taste buds provide?
Yummy flavors?
Precisely. Savoring something's aftertaste is an act of elation.
So Aha stole the original primum mobile of the veracity?
The simulated universe proves nothing on its own, but the primal desires of life have always been entangled. Think of it as my intuition. The conflict between the eons of elation and veracity stretches all the way back to primordial times.
How many people know about this?
There used to be 2. I only told Yu Qing to. Now, there are 5. After this, I can't be sure.
Exploit the old conflict between Aha and Ouroboros to ignite a divine war, or allow intersecting paths to devour one another. Of the 3 known ways to kill an Eon, the Arcadia fulfills at least 2. Now who still thinks Asap Pramod is here on vacation?
But you still haven't explained where it came from.
You mean the shadow? It has nothing to do with Funwalk.
Oh?
Call it a twist of fate. This isn't my first encounter with the Astral Express, nor my first time dealing with a Lord Ravager. When my home was destroyed by Zulu, I had a brief encounter with a former navigator.
A navigator of the Express?
Yes. Starseer, I see. He'd already retired by then. He was the one who told me about the Shadow. According to IC, it was one of many remnants left behind when the Express first carved paths along the edges of the cosmos. I led the Rangers to suppress the Shadow and devised the plan to assassinate Zulu. But I never learned why it was there in the first place.
Don't you find it strange, Mr. Ashvale?
Strange?
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences. Like an experiment with results that are too perfect, it's enough to send a chill down your spine. If you don't mind, let's walk through the whole thing once more. Earlier, what did you 2 uncover in the tavern?
Someone suspected to be Asat Pramod knew about the Veracity's secret. Before disappearing, he said he was headed for the end of the world.
And then? Who did he say the Shadow belonged to?
A former navigator. The Shadow was a remnant left behind when he charted the cosmos.
If the world's end isn't the tavern, then where is it?
I don't know if anyone can answer that question. Not even Akivili. Wait. Don't tell me.
En route only goes where he isn't welcome. After leaving the tavern, he went to the Astral Express
The detective game is over. I have to say, not many people can make me change my plans. Whether in the past or present, you've always been one of them.
So, it is you.
You know how it is, kid. I've always enjoyed arriving uninvited.
Pearl said she would arrange a ferry to pick us up at the Seafeld City dock. The place we're going to holds clues about Graphia? Really?
Validate your own ticket before boarding and be a... Attention passengers. Welcome to the Seaside Line. The current stop is...
Yellow Ducky Nibble's flagship store. The childhood treat.
It is an honor to, well, shall I say, be of service to you again. To be honest, when Madame Pearl invited you to visit the Perlux Tower, I was supposed to be your guide. I ended up being replaced by a total fraud. My name is Feld. By order of Madame Pearl, I will be escorting you to your destination. You are too kind. I followed the battle in Seafeld City very closely. Serving a hero such as yourself is a true privilege. I assume Madame Pearl has already briefed you on our destination? I see. It so happens that Madame Pearl is tied up with an unforeseen event, so allow me to brief you in her stead. The destination of our boat journey is a hotel known as Inkford Hermitage. It is situated at the end of a Dovebrook tributary that ultimately flows into the sea. It is one of the points where the world in canvas intersects with reality.
Yes, to be precise, she lived there 1,000 years ago. Legend says the miraculous canvassing of the mortal world happened there. Would Madame Pearl, a die-hard fan, pass up a sacred site like that? Word is that Madame Pearl just flicked her wrist, signed a check with an astronomical figure, and bought the whole plot of land. She also snatched up every single piece of Graphia's lost works she could find without bothering to verify their authenticity. Whew, I guess money really does let you do whatever you want. That's not even the half of it. I don't know where her obsession comes from, but she's dead set on the idea that Graphia is still alive. If she gets even a whiff of anything remotely related to Graphia, she's got her people on it at the snap of a finger. But all they could find were Imagine knockoffs, random, pretty redheads based on nothing but imagination. I bet her reaction went something like this. Objective. Locate the original. Error. Detecting excessive quantity of low-quality merchandise.
You! I remember you! You're that fraudster from Perlux Tower!
Perlux Tower? I've never set foot in that place in my life.
Oh, I know it's you. I've seen the footage. You're wearing the exact same outfit.
Oh, a slip up in an otherwise perfect plan. Relax. Your job is safe this time.
Cut it out, you scoundrel. You can't talk your way out of this. Who exactly are you?
This is the author of Fluffy Across the Blue, Blurry QR Cult.
Huh. Is that so? My apologies. How rude of me. Miss Colt, it's an honor to finally see the face behind the work. Please pardon my yelling. I didn't know.
No worries, no worries. It's only normal for a famous comic artist to travel with bodyguards, no?
Miss Blurry QR Colt, let's be clear. You are being transported under escort. Your current credit balance is in the negative. Madame Pearl has offered you a lifeline by asking you to complete the next volume of the Fluffy.
Whoa, this is not my fault. Remember Alloy King Pom Pom from Pearl X Tower? I tried to put everything on Pearl's tab, but she found out and charged it back to me. Who knew a figurine could be so expensive? It cost me more than my entire savings. I went all in on learned coins. There goes my licensing fees and royalties. I lost every single penny.
So you're escorting her to, shall we say, an intensive creative retreat?
Correct. The objective is to deliver the manuscript and clear her debts. The estimated duration is 56 days.
Hear that? It's not a hotel. It's hell, where you get whipped for not finishing your scripts on time.
The boat has arrived. When you're ready, let's begin our journey to Inkford Hermitage. Please, mind your step as you board. We have arrived. This is the snowy shore of the canvas world, Inkford Hermitage.
Are those Wispae floating on the water?
Oh dear, there's so many Wispae. They're blocking the boat's route. But no need to panic. Please follow my lead.
We have now arrived at Hermitage Port. Please make sure you have all of your belongings with you, and watch your step while disembarking. Thank you for traveling on this void liner.
safe docking. For a second, I thought we were going to hit an iceberg or something. They probably sensed your wish power. You are the Phantas Moon game superstar, no? Look, one's trying to hitch a ride on you. Must have been when we came ashore. Oh, what a devoted fan.
Everyone, welcome to Inkford Hermitage.
I was imagining a Benzai Tengoku style manor or something. So you demolished your idol's old residence and replaced it with a luxury hotel.
Of course not. Benzai Tengoku vanished more than 1,000 years ago. The original structure is long lost to time. The IPC only chose this location because this is one of the weakest points between reality and the world in canvas. Many Imaginae are born every day, but just as many ancient lineages of Imaginae hide themselves away in the world in canvas once their wish power dry up, or as they grow weary of the mortal world. This is the final stop before they enter the world in canvas, and this is where they bid farewell to reality. They rest here, organize memories spanning centuries, and then pass beyond the point of no return. Rumor has it that Graphia's soul appears from time to time to guide these weary Imaginae on their path.
There's a sense of parting in the air. No wonder the soul of the mother of Imagenesis feels an attraction for a creator. This must be the finest well of inspiration.
Miss Colt, now that you're in this well too, you ought to make the most of it. Let's go. I'll lead the way.
Is that...
Ah, the golden tree in the distance. We call it Myriad Wish Grove. It's said that it... We have arrived. The hotel staff will take over from here. I'll take my leave.
Oh, it's freezing. It's cold enough for a typical snowstorm mansion murder mystery. Anyone here? Here. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Honored guests, my apologies for the late welcome.
Oh, no wonder it's so cold. It's an actual snow wispy. Hello there, little one.
I am the lobby manager, Casper. You have a very high body temperature. Please, try not to overheat the room.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the popular comic artist, Blurry...
The former comic artist, Miss Nihilux.
Oh, my true name is gone, just like that. Oh wait, did you say former?
The big shots upstairs gave me a heads up. You are now an asset of Perlux Corp. You'll be staying here until you finish your next volume. Every guest in this hotel is an Imaginé with quite a history. That Arcadian over there? That's a former superhero.
Which one? Never heard of him.
That one over there is one of the oldest strangelings. They're a former Kappa. These days, they work as the hot springs manager.
A Kappa? Didn't that lineage of Imaginé go extinct when the IPC first arrived?
There are still a few survivors that slipped through the net. As for Casper myself, I am a former frost giant. Little old me was once a tall, mighty, and majestic giant. Of course, that was back in the Cinder Age.
So you're basically an antique who knows a bunch of old secrets. What corner did they dig you out of?
From a block of ice. It is sad how a giant block of ice melts into tiny pieces over time. I have forgotten the names of most of my friends. And I have not tasted a crispy, charred Void Ranger in a long, long while now. Indeed, another glittering nameless.
Another? How's that?
That is a secret. Sightings of Lady Graphia are as common as the snowflakes here. Ever since the news spread that her soul would reside at the hotel, all those Imaginé who mimic her and the weirdos who insist they have a connection to her have flocked here. You see, they all claim they have some sort of connection to her, or hold some secret about her.
I bet they're just trying to scam people out of wish power and credits. Just like all those people who swear they're AHA.
You're not wrong. But whenever the higher-ups ask for a report, little old Casper here can always pad it out and hand over a long list of names. Nameless, good luck with your inquiries. Bye now.
You can see me, and I shall hide no longer. Indeed, I am Graphia, the sovereign of all paintings, the source of all schools, the mother who birthed all Imaginé. Unfortunately, my wish power is spent, and I can no longer weave my imagination arts. But you and I share a fate, with just a few wish bays to aid me.
I am Graphia. If you're giving away wish bays, you should give them to me.
No, I am Graphia. Does this red armor not make it obvious?
I don't care which. One of you, come help me fight a Lord Ravager.
The Lord Ravager? To be honest, we are Graphia, but we're not Graphia.
Simply put, we are Imaginé born from people's imaginations of Graphia. As for me, I was sketched by a rather unskilled illustrator for a history textbook, which explains why I look a bit rough.
I am a wish bay formed from the concentrated longing for Graphia in Planarcadia.
I am the armored goddess Graphia from the 52-episode animated series Apocalypse of Ashes, Mecha Wars. Care to witness my signature move? Dance of the Inkblade. If you're looking for the real Graphia, I'd suggest you give up. I've seen countless Imaginae on the verge of exhausting their wish power, begging the mother of Imagenesis to extend their lives with her paintbrush. Not a single one has ever succeeded. In the end, only those of us making a living off the Graphia brand are left. When it comes down to it, she's nothing more than a legend.
Who knows? Maybe the IPC made up some story to boost the hotel's revenue.
I mean, the Cinderic Age was over 1,000 years ago. Maybe the only thing left is the longing for Graphia. There's one very simple way.
She created all Imaginae with her brush. Word has it, she waits at the end of the world in canvas to see off those whose time has come. But every Imaginae who has seen her is, of course, dead.
So dying is the only way, huh? These three aren't just fakes. They're also wackadoodles. As I suspected, finding Graphia was never going to be easy.
Besides us, there are plenty of ancient Imaginae living here, ones that have long gone extinct elsewhere. Some even claim to be original works by Graphia herself.
If you're serious about finding Graphia, you should try asking them.
I heard Graphia is still here in this hotel.
I spent my whole life
I sense more stray thoughts and disturbance in the water. The Imaginae of today are far too restless. To think there are still those who recognize my kind. You are quite well informed. The humans here call me Sudscour, a filthy name, but fitting for this frail and wretched form. Are you here at the hot springs to wash away your stray thoughts? Or just to chat with the last kappa of Ahatopia? As you see, my kin have either been swallowed by the muddy currents or have fled into the canvas. Long, long ago, my people lived in every river and pond in Ahatopia. We tended the crops for the artists, and in return, they painted our descendants into existence. It is hard to leave one's homeland. Even when my kin have entered the canvas, even when the waters here are no longer clear, and even when the new Plu tribe has replaced us, this is still my home. It needs someone who remembers the old days. As long as I remain, the Kappa line is alive. Lady Graphia is the one who guided all Imaginae. Her name shines like moonlight through my dimming memories. Back then, the demons from beyond swept in like a dark tide. The filth and flames they brought could turn even the clearest stream into a toxic swamp. We Kappa were weak and could only shiver at the bottom of the rivers. But it was Lady Graphia who found us. She encouraged us, saying that every drop of clean water held power against the darkness. She taught us how to use water to protect the displaced mortals and wash away those impure monsters. Though our impact was limited, that was the most heroic era for my kind. Well, as long as the world in canvas exists, Lady Graphia must as well. There is a saying that if one who is weary of the world prays to her with true devotion, she will arrive on a ferry to lead them into the canvas. If you seek clues regarding Lady Graphia, you should visit the mountain behind the hotel. There are atonement statues left by Imagine there, filled with their prayers. It is also the site of Graphia's former residence. Casper likes to wander around there. He is a strangeling far older than I. Perhaps if you play in the snow with him, he might show you the way. That is all I can tell you. After all, I am just a stubborn old Kappa, trying to keep this one pool of water a little cleaner.
So, you're here looking for Graphia's whereabouts on behalf of that Intellitron executive. I think it's unlikely that the mother of Imagenesis will see her. If she wanted to see her, it would already have happened. The IPC has practically turned the world and canvas upside down. You know this, right? Over 140 years ago, they brought in hackers from Punklord and did everything they could to blast open the passage between reality and the world in canvas. I think disturbing her world in canvas like that must have upset the mother of Imagenesis. A friend of Graphia's? Just how long has that person been alive? So that friend wanted you to find Graphia, but they didn't tell you how.
The only thing Avanesia left that could be a token is the mask she painted herself, right?
Normally, I'd suggest you play that little snow puffball for info. That good luck with your inquiries line definitely had a subtext. But since you're asking for a bright idea, you must have heard that in a certain corner of the universe, there's a mysterious ritual that can summon historical figures to the present day. The Holy Grail War! Oh, right! That was your big adventure in Penacony. Oh, how nice. I hope Planarcadia holds one too. Then I don't need to explain the method. First, we need a catalyst. Do you have Graphia's brush or palette? Doesn't look like it. No matter, Miss Cult has got you covered. We use leyline resonance. This hotel is built on Graphia's former home. It still has a connection to her, like that vibrant golden tree. Wait, you aren't actually falling for this, are you? Sorry. I was just trying to lift the mood. Oh, honestly, I'm a chronic deadline misser who can barely save her own skin. How am I supposed to help you?
I've heard enough. Break time is over, Miss Nihilux. Now that you understand your situation, stop wasting time. Start drawing!
I just checked in and I have to work already? I'm not some fully automated painting Mechatron. You do know that, right?
A Mechatron can run for hundreds of hours straight. You cannot. That's exactly why every second counts. Now right this second, start increasing your value as a quality asset.
Hey, wait! This is kidnapping! Little raccoon, help me!
Nihilux has a point. If that Casper guy is a survivor from the Cinderth Age, maybe he really does know something. Anyway, I'll start by asking around here.
Tell me, is there still I spent my whole life working?
Casper? Are you there?
Nope. I'm not. You found me, current nameless. I knew you'd come to ask about Lady Graphia. But if I try too hard to remember things from such a long, long time ago, my soft, squishy head starts to throb, and then I start melting. Drip, drop, drip, drop. So much of my memory feels like it's shrouded in a blizzard, and I can't see anything clearly. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can help you. A snowball fight? The game, the name, it feels so familiar. It feels like I had snowball fights every single day a long time ago. Shaping the snow into balls and flinging them at whatever strange intruders came barging in. Well then, come at me, Nameless. I'm a snowball fight veteran. I won't lose. It's snowing! pictures from the Cinderth Age are still a bit blurry. But I definitely met Lady Graphia. I had snowball fights with her. She was a great painter who led us in snowball fights. She'd even paint portraits for everyone. Back then, when we wanted to see her, we'd go to her doorstep, light the ground lamps, and shout, "Snowball fight!" Then Lady Graphia would poke her head out of the window upstairs, unfurl the scroll, and whoosh! Slide right down into the snow. Then we'd have snowball fights against the Void Rangers together, under the giant moon. If we won, I got to swallow the Void Rangers whole. They were so crispy and tasty. There was someone else. Just thinking about them makes my blood boil. He was a snowball fight master. I remember one time, 8 of us teamed up to challenge him. But that guy knocked us all down with his snowballs like it was nothing, all from so far away. 6 of my friends were lying on the ground, feeling beat. Losing the game got everyone so down that no one uttered a word. As for me, I think I got hit right in the neck. I saw my own giant body thud onto the ground, and my chin felt ice cold.
8 people in the Phantasmoon games? Perhaps Snowball Fight is a euphemism for the Cinderth Age Wars? So in that round of the Phantasmoon games, Graphia must have fought a terrifyingly powerful opponent. It seems only she and Casper survived the fight.
I saw her once. Just once. By then, Ahatopia had already been transported into the canvas. It was so quiet and lonely. I couldn't find my other 6 friends, but I remembered where Lady Graphia lived. So, I went to her front door again, lit the ground lamps, and shouted, "Snowball fight!" It felt like only a second had passed. Just the blink of an eye, yet somehow it also felt like forever. At last, I saw her drift out. She held me and cried, saying, "I'm sorry, and you've done well," over and over. It was just one lost game. We could have just won it back some other time, but that was the last I saw of her. Why are you saying that too? It's making me feel all strange. That's about all Casper can remember. If you're still up for fun and games, come find me for another snowball fight sometime.
So, to summarize, Casper likes to light the ground lamps and call for her near Graphia's old home. Now, where can I find those ground lamps? Even next to such a lively hot spring hotel, there's a secluded mountain path like this. These atonement statues all look like small animals. I should find a prominent spot for the ground lamps. These two little lamps don't look reliable at all. Whatever. It's not like I have any other way.
Who dares disturb my 1,000-year slumber? Not only will I refuse to grant you 3 wishes, I shall also lock you in my canvas to suffer in my stead!
Thanks for the invite. I'm not quite dead yet, but I don't feel alive either. I'm testing the deadline. I snuck out. This mountain path is so quiet and secluded. Ooh, what a great spot for a night stroll. Listening to the calming sound of the springs. Who knows? Maybe my inspiration will flow again like these waters. I was hoping to find some inspiration out here. With those 2 goons breathing down my neck, anyone would hit a complete creative block. Look at this old stone statue! Ooh, doesn't it look like Hemicat? I just reached the real versus fake Hemicat arc in my comic. Let me pay my respects. Maybe Graphia will bless me with enlightenment.
Miss Colt, when did you sneak out?
That was fast!
I let my guard down for just 1 second, and corporate asset, I mean Miss Colt, escaped. Now that's scary.
No way are you running away and taking our jobs with you. Good thing this kind lady spotted where you were headed. Otherwise, you might have slipped away for real.
Let's go. Back to the room to finish your work.
Come on, not again! Little raccoon! Help!
Being an artist sure is grueling. I remember being held in a room and watched by 6 or 7 people, too. I wasn't allowed to leave until I finished painting either. You're asking me? Weren't you the one searching so desperately for me? My name is Murata Graphia, guardian of the world in canvas. It is a pleasure to meet you, nameless of the Astral Express.
You're saying... you are Graphia? She really does look a lot like Himiko.
Child, you were the one who lit the ground lamps, were you not? If memory serves, that was the secret signal my old friends used to call for me. I simply answered the call, yet you doubt my identity. How strange. Let me think. I believe I know why you've come to find me. The arbitrator of the Phantasmoon Games asked you to tell me that our old enemy, the Demon Lord from Beyond, has returned. Am I correct? Since Ahatopia's in canvassing, Evanescia and I agreed to guard reality and the world in canvas separately, never to meet again. But over the past 1,000 years, I often hoped we might reunite in some way. Who would have thought, when word of her finally reached me again, there'd be no warm greetings, but instead only an impending crisis. You must have many questions. My, You certainly have a lot of questions. But before I enlighten you, during the Cinderth Age, that demon lord from beyond once took the form of a friend to infiltrate the Resistance, causing catastrophic casualties. I must confirm your identity, Nameless. Do you carry a token from Evanesia? She painted a supplicant's mask for you. The secrets you seek are many and tangled. Perhaps I should start by telling you a story. 1,000 years ago, the legions of the demons from beyond descended upon Ahatopia, marking the beginning of the Cinderth Age. For the destruction, taking a life is easier than brushing aside a feather. Among the countless victims, a baby girl was saved by a painter from the brink of death. He took her in as his daughter and named her Graphia. To protect his daughter, the painter kept her confined to their home. While the fires of disaster swept across the land, Graphia lived in seclusion. Until one day, a falling star streaked across the dark sky, and a deafening roar shattered the silence of the wasteland. Unable to contain her curiosity, the young girl slipped out of the house to follow the sound. And so she saw it. Beneath the cold Phantas moon, a tower of infinity stood on the mountain range at the edge of the horizon. This tower had countless windows and rose section by section, slender and tall. More than an actual tower, it looked like a wounded iron dragon that had fallen to the earth. Indeed, that tower, which stood only for a moment, was the crashed Astral Express. And Graphia's family name, Murata, came from the wondrous sight she saw. At the time, the wrecked train was surrounded by countless abominable monsters. Amidst these foul enemies, a few warriors in strange attire fought tirelessly. But they fell, one by one, unable to withstand the endless tide of monsters. It was only much later that Graphia understood that those who fought and died for Ahatopia shared a common name. The Nameless, who walked the path of the Trailblaze. That was the day that Graphia stepped into the mortal world. Her life as the mother of Emogenesis began. In a long, drawn-out war, fought at a severe disadvantage. She was forced to seek the aid of the Phantas Moon Games, attempting to use the mighty power of an Aeonic ritual to lock the terrifying demon lord from beyond within a limited battlefield. This was also the first time in the history of the Phantas Moon Games that the 8 supplicants joined forces to confront a powerful enemy from beyond, the Lord Ravager, Asat Pramad. She lost. Graphia did not win the Phantas Moon Games, nor did she manage to kill Asat Pramad. In the final days of the Cinderth Age, she gathered every ounce of wish power to paint the world into a scroll. Using herself as a nail to steady the canvas, she sealed the Lord Ravager outside. Yes. As long as the scroll still enshrouds reality, he won't be able to lay a finger on the Leviathan's remains buried deep within Ahatopia. The story is over. I have received Evanesia's message. I also have a token I'd like you to give her. Please, let us journey together to the other side.
So, Are we leaving right now?
No, there is no need to rush. You have a friend here who is lingering with a heart full of farewells.
You mean... Blade?
Follow this path down to the riverbank of Myriad Wish Grove. You'll find many Wispe gathered there. When you are ready, choose a Wispe. Whisper Graphia's name and your wish to cross over to the other shore. Then release the Wispe into the river. When the time comes, I will bring the ferry to deliver you into the canvas.
Graphia vanished. How elusive. Anyway, I should head to the riverbank of Myriad Wishgrove first.
Petals fall without a trace. I've heard that in the same forest, giant trees will fight each other for nutrients. How about this? We just feed Shuhu to that tree in the courtyard. It would save us a long trip. Say something.
Didn't know you were a forestry expert.
I'm not joking. I'm serious.
If the Elwood absorbed another emanator of abundance, it would likely bring about an even greater catastrophe. Right now, there is no other option besides the Veracity Husk.
If the abundance grows too strong, the ambrosial arbor loses control, and the Arcadia is doomed. If the abundance is too weak, the husk spirals out of control, and the Arcadia is doomed just the same. It's called an Arcadia, but the whole thing is built on a razor's edge. Does that mean the essence of the elation is just dark humor?
You're afraid.
I'm not. I respect your choice. Fine. You're right. I'm afraid. So what? You don't think I know what that Xianzhou person meant? 1 in 10 chance? There is no chance at all. Listen, I just can't stand by and watch one of my kin sacrifice himself.
Kin.
What else? Friend? Colleague? Playmate? The guy who carries my bags when we go shopping?
I suppose all of those fit.
Fit? How? Sometimes I can't tell if you're actually dumb or just playing dumb.
I hear you. Just assume it's the former. Simpler that way. My mind is made up. You should understand. Misplaced emotions will only cause the mission to fail.
You really are just plain dumb. To be honest, I'm the same way. If I could see Firefly cured of her illness, Kafka finally finding the heart she's looking for, and that guy reclaiming his future, then I'd be willing to pick up that level 999 cartridge too, even if it means becoming nothing but a shadow of the Dark Zone.
Don't. At the TV tower, you already severely overspent your time. Don't touch that thing again. Besides, why are you telling me this? You should tell them yourself.
Because just like you, I'm a total, stuck-up softie. Happy now?
Feel better?
No. Unless you give me a sincere apology and a proper goodbye, we're not settled.
Not settled. Is that right? Fair enough. Whether as Ying Xing or as Blade, my journey has reached its end. Before the final verdict, I should say a proper goodbye to my kin. Who's there?
Next time, it'd be better if you didn't try to sneak up on us like that.
I knew you would come.
I met the legendary Graphia. She told me a way to enter the world in Canvas. If we simply chant her name and release a Wispe into the river, she'll come to ferry us.
A legend from 1,000 years ago. And she's actually still alive? It really makes sense. After all, you two are practically the same age. Knowing that gives me a bit more hope that you can actually make it back.
Then let's begin. You are unusually talkative today. Are you trying to buy time?
Little one, I choose you.
Everyone, let's go find Graphia! World in Canvas, here I come!
That should do it, right? I summon Graphia, Mother of Imagenesis. May she come forth and deliver us into the world in Canvas. No Wispe were harmed in the making of this operation.
Graphia! Graphia! Everyone, into the world in Canvas!
How odd. This time, the visitors actually know of my existence.
Strange. Why is the boat coming from downstream?
I heard your call, and have come by boat to guide you across. Greetings, travelers who seek to leave the mortal world behind. It is a pleasure to meet you. Oh? Not an imagine, but someone here to settle the past and family members seeing them off?
I guess so.
The power of abundance. What a nostalgic scent. There is something terrifying slumbering within you.
I've heard that something lies at the end of the world in Canvas with the power to suppress it. Will you show us the way?
Ah, I see. You are better informed than I thought. I understand. Time is of the essence. Please, step aboard.
Thank you. The mountains lie distant, the waters still, and snow settles. A fine moment to bring this weary life to its end.
Bring a weary life to its end? To my eyes, the power taking root within you is far from withering away.
It's just a matter of time.
The journey downstream is long. As is custom, I must collect your past stories as fare. I shall use them to paint the path forward, which will guide us to the other side.
My past stories. I am not much of a storyteller.
There is no need to weave your thoughts into a complete story. A single memory, a single breath. These too are parts of your past. Only by letting go of the past can you truly set forth with an open heart. Is that not so?
Go ahead. Say something. I'm curious too.
Then, I shall begin with that lone island of Insumosu. It was a desolate wasteland, untouched and forgotten. Desolate, cold, the perfect place to lay the dead to rest. I planted rusted, broken blades in the wasteland as a mark of my departure. Little did I know that even after joining the Stellaron Hunters, I would find myself returning there time and again, bringing along a few new swords with me. Their owners, some of them sought my life, only to fall by my hand. Others simply wished to see me one last time, as their own lives flickered out. I was once a craftsman, and those swords, they were all my own creations. I raised those wordless monuments for my old friends, one by one, until they became a forest of broken blades. And what about me and my sword? When will it finally join them in that forest?
I will follow your words with my brush and paint the ideal end. Sword barrier. We've reached the shore you've been seeking.
What is this place?
This is the world in canvas. A mirror to your soul, blooming as your heart dictates. May this meadow be everything you wished for.
Superb artistry. And yet, I thought you would paint the desolation within me instead.
Desolation? I saw no desolation in your story. Instead, I found the lingering regrets of a master craftsman. The fire that tempers black steel and shapes 100 blades does not burn upon the forge or anvil. It burns within your heart. That spark within you has yet to fade. It is why this plane has chosen to bloom into flowers.
We've got no clue what you two are on about with all this cryptic talk. But you smiled just now, didn't you?
No, I didn't. We should go.
He finally smiled. I'm actually the one who can't even smile. This sucks.
We have reached the end.
That blue maw. So, this is it.
Correct. Driven by the buried secrets of Ahatopia, you have come seeking liberation. And now, I have shown you the silhouette of the beast's maw. If you should find a way to get out, I ask that you swear to keep this secret.
I will keep the secret. That blue maw, can it truly consume the abundance?
Only a beast of insatiable hunger can end a plague of eternal growth. I have stood watch in this realm for a millennium, beholding the eternal conflict where the veracity and the abundance remain locked in strife. Oh, undying soul, the fate that awaits within those depths lies far beyond the reach of our conjecture. Perhaps you will vanish into nothingness in a mere heartbeat, or perhaps you will endure a millennium of gnawing, constantly regenerating only to suffer once more, with liberation remaining an elusive dream.
Beneath that calm of yours, I can feel an old friend lingering. Agony.
This is the price I must bear for becoming one with the canvas.
You're telling me if he leaps, he has to stay down there and be torn apart for ages? I'm not okay with this. Yao Guang never said anything about this when we went over the plan.
I have lived for nearly a millennium. I stopped wishing for a swift end a long time ago. If the Leviathan does not consume me utterly, then I am still alive. And until that moment comes, I will pin Shuhu to the anvil and swing my hammer once, twice, and again, and again.
Is there really no other way?
Silverwolf, I was never one for sentiment. I'll only say this. In my past life as a smith, I made it a point to forge something for those friends I found tolerable. But ever since I joined the Stellaron Hunters...
Oh, right, I get it. You want me to go back and take apart that box Kafka uses as a footrest, right?
You already took it apart?
A long time ago. Quite a few treasures in there. A master-crafted blade, a game controller, and a portable reactor.
That's the armor core, reforged from the remains of the Glamoth Queen.
Oh, and a cat-scratching post.
When did you find out about these items?
You? You mean we. We all found out. Think you hit it that well? Please, give me a break. We're a pro team, you know.
Just split it among yourselves. Consider it a keepsake.
Kafka should be the one saying this, but you are the most perfect blade the Stellaron hunters could ever have.
Just a broken blade. That is all.
You talk too much. Before you go, you have something to say to him too, right?
To me?
Don't take offense. It's just a few words. Before joining the Stellaron Hunters, I once lost myself. Unable to see the future, yet unable to reclaim the past. Just like you when you were first reborn. Whether we chose this path, or were forced onto it. Leave no room for regret. And never deny the path you've traveled. Then, let it be. It's time. Do you still remember that passphrase? No need to step forward. Just recite it in your head.
3 of a kind.
2 pair.
Ace. Go. Farewell. Let everything end, or truly begin. In the final moments of your life, what will flicker through your mind? The devouring. Has it begun? How much time has passed? Sea of clouds. Ambrosial arbor. To think that with death so close, this is the scenery my dreams would conjure. My heartbeat. It's barely audible now. Shuhu. Are you still alive? Am I still alive?
Finally woke up, Yingxing?
Master. I am sorry. You have the wrong person. I am not Yingxing.
A lad your age, yet your head is more muddled than mine. You're talking nonsense in your sleep, boy. It has been ages since we last met. Tell me, have you let your craft go to waste? Your master wishes to see what you can do.
Not a sweet dream of toasts and laughter, nor a nightmare of clashing steel. Instead, it is a dream of returning to the very beginning, to confess my sins before the master who taught me everything. Typical. This is a standard issue sword I forged for the Cloud Knights, back when I first began my training. Looking at it now, it is a crude piece of work.
Senior Frater, are you truly from a short-lived species?
Why do you ask?
I mean, no offense. I just wondered, why would you come all the way to this Yanzhou to learn the craft?
My home became a grazing ground for those boars and beasts. My parents, they're fertilizer. Unlike you, I won't live to see them wiped out. But my blades will. Look at this blade. Fresh from the forge today. I made it.
That is so cool!
Stop flattering me. This is just a standard issue sword for the Cloud Knights. According to the template, its name should be New Blade 01.
Senior Frater, how could you so thoughtlessly name your own creation? The very first assignment Elder Huayan gave his disciples is, what defines a blade? He always says a name carries the weapon's destiny.
A lone cloud drifts. A crane departs the woods. Let's call it Departure, Junior Frater.
Senior Frater, I thought you'd go with Lone Cloud or Guiyun.
Bai Hung, and that bow I forged for her. In the end, it was I who forged the greatest sin.
For me? Thank you. I told you, didn't I? As long as you set your heart on what you love, nothing can stop you. Hey, did you give this bow a name?
I named this bow Lure after a mythical steed from the primeval Imperium. Legend says it was one of the Emperor's finest mounts, a divine beast that could tread over any chasm and lead its master back from the brink of death.
How did you get so off track? Why pick a name meant for a horse? That won't do. It does not suit me at all. I'm gonna call it Recurve Bow.
That sounds terrible. It's like my mother naming me Human. At least change it to something elegant like Winding Stream. Fine. Have it your way.
Look at you! Skilled with both the pen and the sword. You really should not be trapped in this flame wheel forge for the rest of your life. Hey, perfect timing! I have a few friends getting together on the Luofu. Wanna come along?
Staying in a single place your whole life, that won't do. Jing Yuan's Devastator Glaive. The weapon I promised to forge for him all those years ago. Old friends have drifted across the stars, but he remains.
A genius.
I suppose Master Jingliu's swordplay should be no trouble for you then.
You little rascal. Do not try to act like my senior just yet. I am from a short-life species. Xianzhou swordplay takes hundreds, even thousands of years to master. I simply do not have the time.
I heard your bold claim. I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time. It seems you think little of us Xianzhou people, then?
My, the future sword champion has sharp ears. It was just drunken rambling. Don't take it to heart. It would be a waste to throw my skills away on the battlefield. You go to the front, and I will forge the divine weapons for you. It is a promise.
All right, deal. Then I want a Devastator glaive, 4 meters long, decorated with green silk, and you should engrave the blade with cloud patterns. Or maybe lightning.
Wait until you have grown a bit taller. Then it is settled. When the time comes, you shall arm each of us with a weapon of our own. Let us face the fires of war in your place, and handle all that tedious business on your behalf. Come, friends, drink up. We 5 come from all walks of life, but here and now, we are one. Together, we shall bring glory to the Xianzhou, and peace to all who dwell beneath the stars.
By the rainbow and the 10 lords, if I betray our bond, let all of existence hunt me down. The prosthetic arm and sword staff from Mr. La Mancha were works created by my master and me. He came to visit me even after I was cast into the shackling prison.
Yingqing. Yingqing. How did you end up like this? The shadow has tasted the flesh of abundance within you. You cannot even speak anymore. Yingqing, look at me. Lift your head. It was only thanks to you and your master that the shadow of veracity was sealed. I owe you both a debt of gratitude. So I have but one question. Do you want out? If so, just nod. There is always a way out. Just give the word, and I will carve a bloody path to get you out, right now.
There is no need. I must atone for my sins.
Perhaps if I had taken you away from Flamewheel Forge back then, your fate would have been entirely different. I respect your choice, just as I did all those years ago.
Pity. So much in this world does not go as we wish. This is not my work. This was where my life as Blade began.
So you're Blade. You sound like quite the expert on swords. Oh, good timing. What do you make of the sword she's carrying?
The blade itself is fine, but the technique is wrong. Swordsmanship is no song and dance. Power starts at the feet. Only when the eyes and mind follow through will the strike land.
My, oh my, Bladey. You really are the ultimate blade critic. Since you have so much to say, Master, why not forge a legendary blade for each of us?
I put down the hammer a long time ago. My hands cannot do what my mind wants anymore. Fighting with a weapon that does not suit you is just a quicker way to die. From now on, if a sword is needed, let it be mine. This shell of mine is the only blade there is. A weapon given by Yingxing to an old friend. But we are no longer who we once were to each other. Who I am does not matter. What matters is, do you remember this weapon?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
All that happened. You think you can just walk away from it all? You would do well to keep Cloud Piercer by your side. Or, next time we meet, I will be the end of you. What a pity. In the end, we still cast our weapons aside.